Okay, there's no such thing as a USP in recruitment. You guys need to really get over yourselves, okay? Recruitment is a process. Nothing more, nothing less. So stop talking about your bloody USPs on your website because you all do the same thing. It's about value. It's about the value that you add to that process that's really going to differentiate you. So start talking about that and how you do it rather than talking about what you do. And I think PR can really help you demonstrate that value. But it's not a vanity project, it's a business development exercise. There's no point saying, I want to be in the FT and I want to be in the Telegraph. For a start, they're all gated, they're behind paywalls, so it's really difficult to share them. You want to think about where you want to be seen. So is it better to have 2 or 3 lines in the FT, or is it better to have 500 words of thought leadership content in Accountancy Age, or Health Service Journal, or The Lawyer, or Computer Weekly? But think about what you're going to talk about, because, again, you've got to get over yourselves, guys. It's not all about you. It's all about your audience. I read too many press releases and too many articles where people are trying to get coverage about what they do. We all know what you do. You need to talk about what you know, because that's what people are interested in, the knowledge within your business. And you know lots of stuff. You know lots of stuff about your candidates and your clients and about the people that work for you. So talk about that. Talk about the people agenda. Make sure your content's addressing retention, hiring, talent pooling, talent pipelining, diversity, skill shortages. What's driving those skill shortages? You know a lot of shit, you guys. You really do. So talk about that. Data, Una's already mentioned it. Look at what data you've got and how that can be sliced and diced to give you some really good stories and thought leadership content. You've got loads of comparisons you can make. If you're running an event, have a sign-up survey. Ask people a question so you've got some data for a survey that you can PR out. If you're having a round table, record the outputs and turn it into an ebook or a white paper and PR that out. And you're an opinionated lot, recruiters, so if you've got an opinion, make sure you're putting it out there, but make sure it's addressing the talent agenda. So we can all moan and groan about Brexit, but what impact is it really going to have on talent and skills and jobs? And PR doesn't just stand for press relations. It's about making sure that you're using every single channel at your disposal to make sure that you're disseminating that great thought leadership content that you're all going to create. So make sure that you're leveraging every little last drop of value you can out of any piece of content that you're using. Don't just put it in one place. Think about how you can repurpose it into different ways and different channels. So media coverage might just be the beginning, but, you know, share it on your social channels, send it to your clients, record a podcast about it, take a photograph of it and put it on Instagram. Make sure you're using it in as many ways as possible. Really good example here, a client campaign we ran recently. If you look at the journey from one white paper through to press releases, to articles, to social media campaigns, and look at the ROI they got from that. So track and measure the ROI, but you need to be understanding what you're measuring against. So you need some objectives. What are you trying to achieve from that content? Is it more candidates? Is it more clients? Is it more great people to work for you? Is it people in a particular geography? Salespeople always think that leads generate from sales, and recruiters are salespeople. That candidate just called in, out of the blue. That client who's given you a really good vacancy has just called in, but you need a process. The other thing is, don't give away your IP. If you've got really good thought leadership, make sure you're gating it on your website so people are having to give you something, their data, a lead, to download that content. Don't give it away for nothing. So top tips for getting ROI, have a look at your outputs. Who's reading it? Who's sharing it? Are they a lead? What's happening to your traffic and social shares? Set some goals in your Google Analytics so you can measure downloads. And in summary, you've got a value proposition, not a USP. You can demonstrate it, but it's not all about you. It's about the people agenda, so keep that in mind. And measure and make sure you're tracking your ROI, because when you do, this happens. This was a piece in an oil and gas magazine. He sent that to all his potential clients. He got 100 grand's worth of vacancies off the back of that. We can't take we can't be responsible for whether he places them all, but we can absolutely take the credit that PR generated those vacancies. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Tracey, for bringing us home.